Hi. Wanted to talk a moment about coaching. Whenever you say coaching, maybe you and others tend to think of sporting arenas or our past in singing or in playing a game. There's a coach there encouraging and having taught you or me our plays and our way to move forward. This 3 or 4 minute segment is about why coaching matters. It matters because we could live lives all on our own and listening to only our voice. But my sense is that our experience of living is enriched by the experience of others and their voices helping us find our way. When we talk about and look at coaching, I think often about a man or woman's idea of success and whether you or I may be stuck or somebody we know may be stuck and we wish they would be coached toward a better place. When we really think about coaching in the context of our work and cultural architects, but primarily in our work as a coaching companion, is to think about how we understand success. Booker T. Washington, you've probably heard the name, worth doing a search, once said that success is to be measured not so much by the position one has reached in life as by the obstacles one has overcome while trying to succeed. So obstacles really are the venue or the avenue through which we find success, how we go over those obstacles. I wrote a book called Stepping Up. It's behind me. Sometimes we stand still, we step back, we step aside, we step up. Any metaphor that works for you is a metaphor we would use in you telling your stories in the context of the space between us. I have spent nearly 25, probably more years in a relationship with my own coach. My relationship with Alden has informed so much of what I do and who I am. I always felt that I couldn't do for others, either in coaching or counseling or teaching, what I was not doing for myself. Authenticity becomes a key element of being, and of being successful in the way of Booker T. Washington speaking to us about whether building an instrument in industry or building your mind in the industry in which you work. So coaching, we would want coaching to get at the stuff that makes us who we are in our central way of being thoughtfully, in our feelings, in our understanding of how we interact with those around us. So the coaching relationship requires vulnerability on the part of both, so it's mutual, but it's also informed, and this is really important, by someone in your life who is credentialed, who is trained, certified, has had work so that they are aware of the resources that he or she might bring to you in your development. If there are any industries out there that attract more charlatans than you can imagine, it's the coaching industry. Just Google coaching and you too can be a coach, or it's kind of like you too can be a minister or a priest or a reverend, and 10 easy steps and $10 for that certificate. That's not what we talk about when we talk about coaching. Entering into a relationship for development, back to what I try to do for me, requires the coachee to bring his or herself into the space with their or your stories. And then the coach helps you to understand, in the context of the life you're living, where you're effective, not effective, how you can improve, where you want to improve, and what, I've got a list over here somewhere, what critical competencies are necessary for your improvement. Perhaps your superior would like you to be better at conflict negotiation. So let's do some coaching around that. Perhaps you want to be better at managing those who report to you. We'll do some coaching around that. But the point about coaching in this small introductory video, this small invitation to consider coaching, is to work with someone who's qualified, is to bring your whole self into that space, and not for 3 or 4 or 5 sessions to get a shot of, I call it Jesus juice, or some new market, about being successful, whatever the bestsellers are, whatever recent podcast, which everyone's doing now online. But the podcast that we're doing and this coaching that we're asking you to consider is in the context of your entire life's adventure. So the image I use with clients often is we're on the highway of life, right? Where's Johnny Cash when we need some music? Highway of life. You're moving down, you're going forward, a lot of energy behind you, but we all need to pull over to the rest stop occasionally. We all need to take a walk, take a break, check the map, speak with someone behind the counter who may know what is available in the national park to which you're heading with a family or by yourself or with someone. So they help you discover the waterfalls, right? Or where you see bears, or where you can find silence to work in your journal, or where you can be inspired to make your company and the speech you have to give to your fellow employees and partners in a week or two. Whatever it might be, we all need to pull over to the side of the road. So we help you with your map, locate yourself, understand your direction, and move back on the highway and go forward with an informed support beside and behind you. Peter Drucker was one of the great, and still you'll look him up on the web. Peter Drucker has inspired so many change management leaders, coaches. So has William Bridges. One of the great books is called Managing Transitions. It's probably in its 15th printing. We're in a time of transition. COVID, if you're watching this now, and if not now, meaning the time of the virus, but even if you're watching this later, there are probably still considerations about the virus. This time has woken up more of my clients and friends, colleagues, and family than I've ever known, where they're asking what matters most. How do we do something that makes a difference and also do it where we learn, grow, and development? Both of those come to fruition in our daily work, but they come to light in the coaching relationship. So a long introduction, but one I hope you stayed with, because I believe we all need some guidance and assistance along the way as we move forward to being who we truly are meant to be and making that contribution to the great cause that is life. Thanks very much.